Welcome to the Global Quilt Connection Open Enrollment webinar, where you can meet teachers live and see the courses they offer for individual quilters to sign up for. Enjoy! First up, we will hear from Sue Bleiweiss.
Hello friends, my name is Sue Bleiweiss and I'd like to take a couple of minutes of your time to tell you a little bit about myself and my online classes. I'm a full-time artist and I spend my days in the studio designing and creating my award-winning art quilts using my own hand-dyed cotton. I've authored several books about the techniques I use, written numerous articles for Quilting Arts magazine, and appeared on The Quilt Show with Alex Anderson and Ricky Timms and on Quilting Arts TV. I love to teach because it gives me an opportunity to share what I know and learned over the years and to help others discover and learn new techniques. I have online classes in art quilting, surface design, and mixed media. Let me tell you a little bit about them. In my textile architecture workshop, you'll create your own version of my wonky house quilt. You can work directly from my pattern or customize it. I love it when my students add their own personal touches to the projects that they make in my workshops. Mixed Media Fusion Collage is all about creating interesting surfaces using a variety of ephemera such as tissue paper, stamps, cheesecloth, and embellishments that you can turn into postcards, journals, boxes, and more. This class is an optional kit that you can purchase so you don't have to worry about sourcing materials to work with. In my Easy Fabric Dyeing workshop, I share all the secrets and tips for how I dye the fabric I use in my art quilts and how to create tone-on-tone prints. You won't believe how easy it is. Textured Silk Surfaces will show you how to transform plain white silk into a gorgeous textured surface that mimics aged and weathered metal. All of my classes are available on demand, which means that as soon as you register for the class, you have immediate access to all the lessons so you can jump in and get started right away. Lessons are all video-based and your access to the classes is ongoing for an indefinite period of time, so you can come back and watch them as many times as you like. If you'd like to learn with me in a virtual live setting, all of my Zoom-ready workshops are available for one-on-one or small groups. Gather a few of your friends and schedule a live virtual workshop, and I'll do my best to make it as close to an in-person learning experience as I can. With 4 Zoom-connected devices around my studio that include an overhead view of my workstation, you and your friends will be able to see everything I'm doing and interact with me throughout the entire workshop day, just like you would if I was there in person. Visit my website for more details, and don't hesitate to email me with any questions. I would love to hear from you.
Thank you, Sue. Now we'll hear from Karen Combs.
Hi, everyone. Thank you to the Global Quilt Connection for this opportunity to share my on-demand classes with you. First, a brief introduction. I'm a teacher and an author, a fabric designer and quilt designer known for my Quilts of Illusion. I'm very pleased to share my on-demand classes with you. Each class will feature step-by-step instructions and videos. You can work at your own pace, watch as many times as you wish, ask questions. I'll be there to answer. My first class is Chip Out of Every Block, a wonderful quilt of illusion. Now let me ask you, does that chip go in or does it go out? Just wait. It's going to change on you. This block looks hard to make, but it's created with just simple shapes, squares and triangles, and we're going to let the fabric do all the work. In class, we'll look at fabric selection, cutting tips, sewing steps, and even a close-up video for creating those perfect points. The pattern is included in the class, and you can make this quilt any size you wish simply by adding more blocks. My Patchwork Illusions class has been very popular over the years. I've taught this technique hundreds of times. With just a basic 3D cube, we can create so many different types of illusions. The class will feature step-by-step instructions and videos with cutting and sewing tips and tricks. As a special bonus, I'll invite you to my private Patchwork Illusions Facebook group so you can continue to be inspired. Celtic Pieced Illusions is my third on-demand class that I'm offering. Traditional Celtic designs are usually done in applique. However, I can show you how to piece Celtic designs with just 2 patchwork blocks. In class, I'll show you how to start with these basic blocks and put them together to create beautiful Celtic designs. I'll walk you through the design process so you can create your own original Celtic quilt. Or you may decide to skip the design process and make the Celtic Illusions quilt pattern that is included in the class. I'll even give you different design options for this quilt. This on-demand class really is a master class on design and creating beautiful Celtic designs. I want to thank you for joining us, and I hope to see you in class.
Thank you, Karen. Next up, we'll hear from Julia Graves.
Hello, I'm Julia Graves with Special Occasion Quilts. I am fascinated with color, and nearly everything I do teaches about color and value and how to use them to create the effect that you want to make. I offer a wide variety of scheduled online classes over the internet, which means I am there to guide you and answer questions throughout the class. Let's take a look at some of my most popular. In Amazing Abstracts, you'll create movement and drama using simple straight seam sewing. You'll learn a lot about color and value and have fun with this easy improvisational technique. There are no points to match, no paper to rip off. I offer this online in 2 half-day sessions a week apart. In the first class, we'll talk about design and fabric selection, and in the second, we'll cover construction. I'm teaching this in person in a 5-day format at Empty Spools Seminar in Asilomar, California in 2021, and again in 2022. In my Shimmering Triangles class, we'll use contrast in the value and color to create this wonderful shimmery effect. This all-day class features Jenny Bowker's pattern and lots of samples to show you the different effects that can be created. I give lots of tips and tricks to help make the design and sewing easy, and lots of feedback to make sure you're on the right track. I teach a wide variety of machine quilting classes, free motion on both the domestic and the long arm. I have a comprehensive long arm class for new owners. And I even have a start your own business class. So if these sound interesting, you can find descriptions of all my classes on my website, as well as my teaching calendar. To register for a class that I offer directly, go to my online shop. If you see that it's offered with a guild, just email me and I'll put you in touch with the program chair. My classes are fun and relaxed, informative and encouraging. And I come up with new classes quite often. So if you want to hear of the latest or what my newest schedule is, just email me and I'll add you to the list. Thank you so much, and I hope that you can join me.
That was great, Julia. Now let's see what Linda Hahn has to offer.
Hi, Linda J. Hahn here from Palm Bay, Florida. I've taught all over the country at quilt guilds and major quilt shows. And now you can have me come to your studio. No guild membership or travel is required. I'm best known for my technique for creating perfect New York beauty blocks with just one pin. And I would like to get you in a New York beauty state of mind. There's many different choices for workshops, traditional, modern, whimsical. There's a New York beauty quilt that suits your style. Madison Avenue Modern, it's quite modern. Feeling crabby, we'll give you some grabs. And my brand new workshop, South Shore Spinners. Wicked Wahine is the most popular, and that looks fabulous in all different colorways and fabrics. Roxbury Rainbow allows you to use up some scraps. I'm an EQ artist, and I can walk you through the steps to design a quilt using EQ8 software. You'll learn designer secrets, keyboard shortcuts, importing, exporting, printing, block modifications, and much more. Celtic interlaces, no tracing or marking. You will create the interlace knots, which can be appliqued onto a chosen background. It could be a quilt block, a tote bag, a skirt hem, and I'll cover different ways to make your own fusible bias and appliquing onto the backgrounds. I do have some professional development classes. Teach it for teaching, put that in writing for publishing, and diversification strategy to not put all your eggs in one basket. Carnival number 5, believe it or not, that's just one block. And you'll have secondary and tertiary patterns appearing. Spin the wheel. That goes really fast, and you can have a bunch ready for Christmas. There's no setting scenes. The Rock That Quilt Block series has several workshop options. Here's just a few of them, and believe it or not, they're all made from the same block. We could get scrappy together and play with some blocks. Valley Jewels uses just one package of 2.5-inch pre-cuts, or Bermuda Sunrise that uses charm squares. Here's my information where you can contact me or send me an email at longquilt@aol.com. You can sign up or view my monthly classes, which change every month, at Frog Hollow Designs in the store under the virtual class tab. Please wear a mask and be safe out there, and thank you to Laurel and Sue for this opportunity.
You're welcome, Linda. Diane Harris is our next presenter.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Stash Bandit Studio. I'm Diane Harris and I'm here with an invitation to my open enrollment online classes. I'll be having 2 different types of events online. One will be live scheduled events that happen at a particular time starting on December 12th. The other type will be on-demand recorded events that will be a combination of video and written instructions with images. That'll start a little bit later. I'm shooting for February the 1st. I wanted to give you a little bit of an overview of what my specialties are. I've been making scrap quilts for more than 20 years, and no matter what topic I'm teaching, I'm always helping students understand how to make the fabrics work together, often using the fabrics they already own to make amazing scrap quilts. I have an ongoing love affair with Dresden plate, and as you can see, there is so much that you can do with it, and I can't wait to share that with my students. I love machine techniques. I have a beautiful hand-look binding by machine that I'll be teaching, and some amazing walking foot tricks as well. I consider myself a collector of useful tricks, so whenever I find an easier or better way to do something, I'll consider making it into a little class. My focus is always going to be on playful fun, the art of possibility, taking leaps of faith, and enjoying the time together. You know, if somebody really learned something new, but they did not enjoy the time, I've not really done my job as a quilting instructor. The first few classes that I'll be running are hand-look binding by machine, easy walking foot tricks, and stash busting fun in 2021. Another thing I'm excited about is Stash Bandit Briefs, which are short, quickie little classes that you'll find really useful, priced on the cheap at just $10 each. You can always find the list of current classes by going to stashbandit.net/open enrollment. Again, I'm Diane Harris with Stash Bandit, and I look forward to seeing you in an online class sometime very soon. Thanks a bunch.
Thanks, Diane. Now it's my turn. Hello, quilters. My name is Lyric Montgomery Kinard. I'm an artist, author, and educator, and just like you, I love nothing more than playing with fabric. I've been teaching online for more than a decade, and I'd love to show you some of the offerings I have. At lyrickinard.com, under the Teaching tab, look for online courses. I have a whole bunch of technique-based courses, including Bead It Like You Mean It, Parts 1 and 2, which teach you the basics and beyond of bead embroidery. All of my technique classes are video-based and also include written instructions. Once you sign up, you have instant and permanent access to all lessons. Picture It Framed walks you through numerous ways to present your textile work in a professional manner, explaining the use of frames, mounts, and my favorite, gallery-wrapped canvases. Photos plus foil is a little mashup of 3 different surface design techniques, including solvent photocopy transfer, thermofax screen printing, foiling, and inkjet transfer paper. The kit for this class makes up a sweet little vintage fabric postcard. Applipunto to Go teaches you my favorite fusible reverse applique technique, perfect for finely detailed imagery for quilt tops and wearables. I'll even show you an easy way to add a trapunto effect to your work. Playful Portraiture takes you step by step through the process of creating a pattern from your own photo. We learn about color and value in fabric choices, and I'll also show you how I use a tablet to speed the process. Abstract Delicious is a design class perfect for beginners wanting to create their own unique abstract quilts. I'll give you simple, concrete design exercises that help you spill out idea after idea for your very own original abstract quilts. The Artist's Toolbox is like going to school, a basic design course teaching you how to understand the visual language. You will study the elements of texture, shape, line, color, and value. Part 2 concentrates on design principles such as balance, motion, depth, and space. I comment on every student posting in all of my courses, but in the Artist's Toolbox, students receive extensive feedback designed to help them really grow as artists. One more thing. Next February, I'm holding a virtual retreat called Your Vision, Your Voice. For 1 week, a limited number of students will work to hone their voice and clarify their vision as an artist. We will have daily thought topics, warm-up exercises, group critiques, and lots of individual attention. I would love to see you there. So pop on over to lyrickinard.com, look under the Teaching tab for online workshops. I'd love to have you come play with me. See you soon. Thanks for listening. Robin Long is next.
Hi, I'm Robin Long of Robin Ruth Design, creator of the Robin Ruth Design rulers and method for strip-pieced mariner's compass blocks and projects. That's right, strip-pieced, which means no paper piecing. I'm excited to be here to talk to you for a couple of minutes about my online class offerings for individuals, but first want to take a moment to tell you a little more about me and what is possible with my rulers. Since launching in 2015, I have been traveling and teaching all over the country, and my rulers are now sold around the world. I offer a complete system of rulers, books, and patterns, which begin with the Skinny Robin and Fat Robin 16-point book and ruler combos. These combos allow you to make compass blocks in 2 different styles, Skinny Robin blocks and Fat Robin blocks. Any of these blocks can be made in 16 sizes, even sizes from 6 to 36 inches, giving you tons of ways of putting these together for my patterns or for your own creative project. The possibilities really are endless, as you can see from this sampling of quilts I have made from modern to traditional. I say my method is as easy as pie, as the method is the same for both skinny and fat blocks. It is just the angle that is different, 45 for skinny and 60 for fat. Check out my free web app by typing app.robinruthdesign.com into any desktop or mobile device browser to see more of what is possible with my rulers and to see 1-minute animated overviews of how my method works. Check out my website Online Classes tab to see my current class offerings, which includes the classes I have found to be most popular with students, as well as other classes based on new things I am excited about. Of course, I highly recommend my strip-pieced Mariner's Compass Basics workshop, where students make their choice of a skinny or fat robin compass block. I provide great demonstrations with several cameras so that you will easily be able to follow along with my method, and you will leave my class with the knowledge to go on to tackle any project in my system. I look forward to sharing this revolutionary technique for making compass blocks and projects and helping you to be successful. Again, check out my Online Classes tab on my website for more information, and I hope to see you soon.
That was great, Robin. Now we'll hear, all the way from down under, Deborah Louie.
Hello, I'm Deborah Louie and I'm from Sydney, Australia. I've been a quilt tutor for over 20 years now, and I have 3 on-demand classes sharing the experience and my knowledge of the last 20 years as a tutor. The first one is my favourite Bernina features. I'm a Bernina ambassador for in Australia here, and I share my love and my knowledge of the Bernina machine, in particularly or the use of the decorative stitches, how to elongate, how to stretch it, how to manipulate it, how to change it, just as I have in my glamorous clams here. It's a beautiful class. You can stop and start anytime you like. The second class is Let's Quilt Walking Foot. And it's an introduction to machine quilting, where I share with you all about needles and threads, how to sandwich your quilt, my way that I do, with the walking foot, all about stabilisation, and the theory of how to quilt a quilt of any size on a domestic sewing machine. It's a beautiful class, it's a long class, and you can stop and start as many times as you like. The third class is Free Motion, the Magical 6. So my free motion is a little bit different, where I slow you right down, and we're working within a frame of our hands, and our frame of our hands is between the thumbs and the fingertips. And we're going to start with a 6, a number 6. We're going to quilt to number 6. We're going to stop and reframe down, come and do another number 6. We're not going to rush, and we're just going to concentrate on one shape at a time. And it gets you into feeling really comfortable at your free motion. When you're comfortable, then we can move it on to flowers and leaves and all kinds of beautiful textures, echoing beautiful things. So all of my classes are through Rizuku. Stop and start as many times as you like. So I hope to see you soon. Bye for now.
Those classes look like fun, Deborah. Now we'll hear from Carole Lyles Shaw.
Hello, everyone. My name is Carole Lyles Shaw, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about the courses that I offer for individual quilters. A little bit about me. I'm a pattern designer, blogger. I teach workshops, of course, and I've published a couple of books on modern quilting. I offer live Zoom classes as well as on-demand classes, and new for 2021, I'll be offering intensive multi-day workshops. My current on-demand class is mid-century modern, and you see a couple of examples here on this slide. My newest class is called Parisian Curves Upscale. I love teaching live quilt classes over Zoom. My Zoom meetings are, of course, password protected, and I give you tech support. And I'll show you my 2-camera setup in just a second. For the classes, I offer access to pre-work materials so that you really can hit the ground running in the live class. Of course, I'm there with you the full time, doing live demos and real-time sewing. And finally, for larger groups, I will put everyone into small breakout rooms for your sewing sessions. So you have a chance to chat and get to know people in a group of 5 or 6 sewers. My current class offerings for 2021 include the Fibonacci quilt, Stash Jazz, which is a great way to use up some of those orphan blocks, those blocks we have not put into a project, as well as small and large pieces of scraps. And finally, a very popular class is the Fractured Disappearing 9-Patch. My 2021 intensive workshops, which are new, will be limited in class size. They will be conducted over 2 or 3 days, and there's going to be lots of hands-on sewing time. In addition, you'll also have access to some pre-recorded videos and materials for pre-work, and of course, they'll be live over Zoom. Sarasota Sunset is one of the intensives that I'll be offering in 2021, and also Afro Modern, #1. This is also a improvisational quilt that actually is based on templates. So please be sure to check out my website. You'll see lots of information about my classes there, and I hope that you join me soon.
Thanks, Carole. Next up is Rita Lynne.
Hi, I'm Rita Lynne, and I'm excited to be sharing with you that some of my classes are now going to be available as video classes on our website, almostheavenonline.com. Such classes as Floating Forest, Monet in Yellow, Crazy Quilt, some wonderful classes that you can download and have at your disposal anytime you want to create a vessel or an art quilt. Thank you, Rita. Now we will hear from Brandy Maslowski.
Hey everyone, I'm Brandy Maslowski, the Quilter on Fire. I'm a quilt teacher, speaker, and judge, and the author of children's picture book, Christie's Quilt. I love to teach quilting and fiber art to every level of quilter, and my workshops and lectures are created to bring you more joy and less overwhelm. Let's take a look at my Zoom portfolio. I have 2 Zoom lectures available. First, it's the trunk show, and my story as a quilter. You'll learn all about my journey and why my business is called Quilter on Fire. Second, it's my most popular lecture called Studio Magnificent. I've had my studio featured in magazines 3 times, so I'll share my tips and tricks to create your special creative space. Now let's hit the workshops. First, I've got 3 patterns available. The first is my brand new pattern called Zen Ocean Waves. You'll learn curved piecing and some strippy improv. Next is my most popular pattern called Glorious and Free. This is the new mini version with the color wash. You'll learn how to do a color wash if you're in the class, but it's actually 50 by 70, the full size, and there's a medium size too. And third is my Black Sheep Block Party. This is a super fun tumbling block technique to eliminate those inset seams. Now let's talk technique workshops. I have 5. First, we have Fiber Art Frenzy. You make the wine bottle bag as your canvas, and you learn 4 to 6 fiber art techniques. Next, my very first fiber art quilt. You learn everything from color to piecing to switching up the design and how to face it. Colorways is by far my most popular class. You make a fiber art piece using up your batik scraps and having super fun time with all those embellishments, and you make your fiber art piece start to finish in a day. Contemporary Crazy Quilted Baby Blanket. No batting, no fuss. Use all your favorite fabrics to make a baby blanket in a day. Freestyle Bargello. This 2-day workshop gets you from fabulous foundation to black on black free motion quilting. And finally, my Zoom Mystery Workshop. This is for all those guilds out there who've never tried Zoom before. It's a short 2-hour workshop where you get to try a super secret surprise and Zoom for the very first time. All of my workshops and lectures are now available for individuals. There are scheduled dates to sign up for open enrollment on my website at quilteronfire.com. And now for the big announcement. The Quilter on Fire podcast is back. On December 1st, I'll launch 3 brand new episodes at once, so you can binge listen on the very first day. Sign up for my newsletter on the homepage of my website so you don't miss a thing. www.quilteronfire.com.
Thanks, Brandy. Now let's welcome RaNae Merrill.
Hi, everyone. I'm RaNae Merrill. I'm the author of 4 books on quilting, and I love teaching. You might have seen my spiral quilt workshops or my free motion mastery in a month workshops at a show or a guild. Well, now you can take those classes directly from me online. My website, www.RaNaeMerrillQuilts.com, lists all my classes, and each class has a link where you can click to see when that class is going to be available and how to register. So now let me show you some of my favorite and most popular classes. Free Motion Mastery in a Month is my simple step-by-step system for learning to do free motion quilting. As a concert pianist and piano teacher, I applied everything I know about using my hands to helping you learn to quilt, and it works. You'll be amazed at how quickly you become comfortable and confident with your machine quilting skills. Start with 6 basic shapes, quilt 1 block a day, and put your blocks together for a quilt you can be proud of. You can apply your new free motion skills in my quilted t-shirt pillow and t-shirt quilt as you go classes. It's easy to quilt a t-shirt one at a time at your domestic machine. For something completely different, try my haiku quilts class. Learn the art of haiku poetry, and as you do, make a 5-inch by 7-inch art quilt to go along with it. I've been known for a long time for my spiral quilt workshops, and they're still favorites. Each class begins with the structure of a spiral, and then we go spinning off from there. Spirals Boot Camp explores the 4 different kinds of spirals that make up all of my spiral quilts. Simply Amazing Baravel Spirals digs in deep on Baravel spirals and all the many, many designs you can make with just this one form. More Fun Than a Barrel of Monkeys takes a Baravel spiral and combines it and multiplies it to make a quilt that's whimsical for a kid or elegant for an adult. Designing a Simply Amazing Spiral Quilt takes you on a journey of combining spirals to make fan flow forms and apple core flow forms. Magic Mirror Mandalas takes quilts into kaleidoscopic designs that defy description. See how it works here. Ta-da! Finally, Sideways Spiral Quilts is my 3rd book, and it lets you explore ribbons, ropes, chains, and twists in quilts. My class, Rope Runner, Table Runner, teaches you how to make perfect ropes that fit any space, and as a bonus, teaches you my technique for doing rapid bias tape right at the sewing machine. I hope to see you in class soon, and in the meantime, take good care and happy quilting.
Thank you, RaNae. Now we'll see what Susie Monday has to offer.
Hi, I'm Susie Monday. I'm here from my studio in Pipe Creek, Texas, which is just outside of San Antonio. This is where I make my art quilts, design textiles, even clothing, and where I teach in person when conditions are possible. Right now, and since 2016, I've been teaching online, so I'm an old hand at it, and I really love the interaction that happens between me and the participants in my classes who come from all over the world. I would like you to know a little bit about those 3 classes that are coming up next year. The first one starts in January, and it's called Text on Textiles. And in that course, we'll use a combination of in real life surface design tools like fake batik, printing and stamping, making your own stamps, as well as digital tools that you can use both from your own desktop or laptop or with a tablet or even an iPhone, a smartphone. The second class I'll teach will start in February, and that class is called Art on the iPad. This is the one that I've been teaching the longest, and it just keeps getting richer. This course is 6 weeks with an extra pause week so you can catch up, and includes video, live discussion, a little Zoom meeting to get us all in a meet and greet, and a lot of tutorials for different apps where you can alter your photos, where you can draw and paint. Whether you're a traditional quilter or an art quilter, you will find something in this course that will help you. This third course I'm teaching starts in April, and that one is called Collage on the iPad. And it is a intermediate course for those who have taken the first Art on the iPad course or who have a lot of experience with their tablets. In this one, you learn to do layers, you learn to drop out backgrounds, to make silhouetted shapes, to float one on top of the other, and to make these very rich kind of designs for whole cloth quilts, for the fabric that you use in a traditional quilt or an art quilt. And you also get a lot of hints for using print on demand like Spoonflower and Redbubble to create everything from a t-shirt to a iBook cover to an apron. So I hope I'll see you in one of these classes, and that you will check out my website to find out all the details.
Thank you, Susie. Next up is Mary Powell.
Hi there, my name is Mary Powell from Toronto, Canada. For many years, I've been making art quilts and teaching classes using cheesecloth. I'd like to tell you a little bit about my classes on Coursecraft today. Is a cheesecloth class right for you? Well, if you love fabric and texture, you're adventurous, curious, fun-loving, and want to create your own unique designs, then yes, my classes are appropriate for all levels. What I do is easy. You don't need to know how to draw. It's more like finger painting. You'll find the process to be relaxing and meditative. It lets you really focus on the subject matter. In my classes, I have lots of videos to guide you every step of the way. I want to be there to help those just starting out. I include monthly coaching sessions on Zoom. They're an opportunity to learn from other students and me, and to share what you've been working on. There's also a private Facebook group we call ourselves Cheesecloth Converts, where you can post your completed projects and get helpful tips. We're quickly becoming a real community. The first 2 classes for absolute beginners are Windswept Pine, which is a fantastic introduction to the process of using cheesecloth, showing a variety of ways to color it, introducing students to the sculpting process, and how to paint a background home for your pine tree with Neocolor crayons. And then, of course, how to put it all together. I really recommend starting here to get the full experience of working with cheesecloth. The second class is Introduction to Portraiture. Students work through all the steps following a pattern and see how to get fantastic results. In the 2 advanced classes, Advanced Nature Imagery and Advanced Portraiture, I teach students all the things I do when making my own artwork. Here they can put to work what they've learned in the intro classes about transparency and opacity, and they're ready to translate a photo of their own with cheesecloth. What will you learn? Well, how to make your own patterns, select a color palette, interpret facial features using cheesecloth, determine an appropriate background for your subject, and decide on the best finishing method. I hope you'll visit my landing page on CourseCraft to see how user-friendly the site is and how well organized my classes are. Then you too can create dramatic fabric interpretations of the world around us just by using humble cheesecloth.
Thank you, Mary. Now we'll hear from Rose Parr.
Hi, I'm Rose Parr, and since we last spoke, I have been busy meeting quilters and speaking to guilds from all over the world. Some guilds are already looking ahead for the winter of 2022. In addition to speaking to large groups, I also host live workshops and work with individuals on a one-to-one basis. In the workshops, we look at the same topics that I cover in my lectures, but now we are going to get your sewing area customized for your specific needs together. We're going to go through all your workstations and find the best heights for you to do your cutting and your pressing. We can check out your sewing chair, see the height of your sewing table. We'll look at the overall layout of your sewing room, the lighting, the furniture placement. Maybe it's not your sewing room. Maybe we need to figure out how we're going to make that dining room table work and be able to put it away and get it out again for you. But we're going to figure all that out. Workshops with 10 people last about 2 hours, but I'm happy to stay as long as possible. If a group setting is not for you, we can look at having a one-on-one consultation. Now, this is very in-depth and it varies from person to person. In addition to going over everything that's covered in the workshops, we can also, if you are interested, include a nutritional assessment, some guidance in that way, a strength training program. I'm fully certified to help in all of these areas. It just depends on your wants and needs. Also, with your one-on-one consultation, you also receive a free copy of my book, So Healthy and Happy. So you can visit healthyquilting.com and actually you can pre-order your copy of the book on Amazon, and there's a link to it at So Healthy as well too, or at Healthy Quilting. And just reach out there. All my information is there, and you can email me, call me, whatever it is that you want to do that way. And let's, we'll get a plan in place. A lot of guilds are talking that even once they are meeting again in their groups, they're still going to take advantage of all the work that all of these presenters have done to get ready, all the learning curve for all of the guilds and getting up and going, and they're going to keep that going. So you can still meet in person and have somebody from Scotland on your big screen. I'm from Canada. But anyways, I look forward to hearing from you, and you're going to enjoy the rest of our speakers here tonight as well.
Thank you, Rose. Now we'll hear from Maria Schell.
My name is Maria Schell, and I'm delighted to tell you a little bit about my virtual workshop schedule for 2021. My teaching background is a combination of traditional patchwork skills and techniques and art and design paired with a modern aesthetic. I'm super excited to invite you to join me virtually in my home studio in Anchorage, Alaska, where I offer a variety of independent workshops. You can sign up to study with me from anywhere in the world. I believe there is great value in cultivating original work and creativity in every individual. All of my workshops are designed to work with a variety of skill levels within the same class. I strive to create a warm and welcoming environment where students are encouraged to be their own best quilter. Because of COVID, we can no longer meet in person, but that doesn't mean we can't meet. Over the past few months, I've been creating a lineup of virtual workshops I think you will enjoy. While each of my workshops covers color, working with units, and construction, which are core components of my work, the focus indicated in the title of the class allows us to zoom in on a particular aspect of quilt design. Subject matter includes, but is not necessarily limited to, the following: exploring color theory, composing abstract design, improvisational cutting and piecing techniques, working with prints and solids, and troubleshooting patchwork construction issues. My workshops are all structured to take place over the course of 8 days, usually running from Saturday to Saturday or Sunday to Sunday. On each Saturday or Sunday session, we'll meet for 3 hours. During these sessions, we'll have a lecture, demonstrations at the cutting mat, ironing board, and sewing machine, and an in-depth question and answer session. You will have access to a recorded version of these meetings. We also meet for 2 3-hour feedback sessions during the week. These sessions are usually held on Tuesday and Thursday. This is an opportunity for everyone to sew together, ask questions, get feedback on works in progress, and learn how to be a better quilter and artist. Starting in January of 2021, I'll be offering one of these workshops every month. Here's the tentative schedule for the first 6 months. January, strips, stripes, and sets. February, curvilinear constructions. March, linear blocks. April, kitchen sink quilting. May, improv triangles. And June, blow it up. You can find a complete description of all these workshops on my website, and you can find the sign-up information, which will happen monthly, on my blog under the heading Items for Purchase. If you're interested in learning more about what I do, I hope you'll check out my book called Improv Patchwork Dynamic Quilts Made with Line and Shape. Please email me at mariashell4@gmail.com with any questions. Thank you for listening. I hope you all stay safe, healthy, and creative.
Thanks, Maria. Now we'll go from Alaska all the way down to Australia again and hear from Lisa Walton.
Hi there, my name's Lisa Walton and I'm in Sydney, Australia. One of the few things that has come out of this dreadful pandemic is the virtual world that's sprung to life. The quilting world is no exception, and it's been wonderful to be able to connect with so many passionate quilters all over the world. With this need to connect has also come the desire to continue to learn, and I'm so pleased I've made the leap into the world of virtual teaching. I've been presenting my lectures and teaching my online classes since travel became impossible, and I'm amazed at how much fun it's been and the places I've been able to visit. I released my first on-demand class earlier this year with my very popular Fantastic Fusion class, and it's been so exciting to see the results of some of my students' work. Have a look at these. This workshop uses my fusing technique, and there's no sewing in the workshop until the quilting, so you're just free to play with your stash and create original quilts. It's so much fun. I'm also very pleased to announce my latest on-demand workshop, Aurora, which is behind me, which combines fabric painting, very easy piecing, just 4 seams, and simple quilting and even bobbin work. To top it off, you can embellish your masterpiece with beading, and I have some really easy stitches to help you add texture and zing. If you've always wanted to try some of these techniques, here's the opportunity. And if you don't want to create your own fabric this time, I also have the options to use some of the gorgeous commercial ombre fabrics which are now available. This project is perfect for beginners who want to branch out into something new. And don't we all want to do something different at the moment? These on-demand workshops are fun, full of videos, easy step-by-step instructions, and detailed close-ups. You have permanent access to the courses, as well as dedicated Facebook pages to stay connected to me and to other students. I love seeing finished projects posted and also watching the communities develop. Of course, I'm still running my live online classes too, so check out my website or Facebook page to see when I'm running these. I keep these classes small for individual attention, and we always have so much fun. I also work with guilds to provide these live workshops or lectures, so if you belong to a guild, please tell them about me. You might also be interested in my ebooks, which are available on my website too. I really hope we'll connect some way soon in the future. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
Thank you, Lisa. Now we'll hear from Valerie Wilson.
Learning is a wonderful thing. It challenges us, but it also helps us to grow. Good afternoon. My name is Valerie Wilson. I'm a fiber artist and I teach a variety of fiber art courses with a particular specialty in fabric portraits. I absolutely love bringing these people to life, giving them that look of realism and capturing their character in fabric. Facial Expressions is my full fabric portraits class where you go from choosing your own photograph through to creating your own personalized family heirloom that you'd be happy to hang on the wall or gift to someone. Posterizing your photograph is a mini course that I developed to help students learn how to bring out the values in their photograph as an important first step in creating a fabric portrait. The Eyes Have It is a wonderful little mini course focusing on the eyes, as you can see here. The eyes being the window to the soul, you want to have the most realistic looking as possible with that wonderful little spark of life. Smiles and Pearly Whites is another little mini course focusing on the mouth area, and this is about the mood of the person, getting the lips right and teeth looking realistic. Introduction to Portraits is a basic portraits class. It's a taster for those who'd like to create portrait, soon to be out as a book, so watch for that. And everybody does the same portrait, the girl with the pearl earring. The pattern is provided and the values are determined for you, and we talk about that. People in Nature is a twist on landscapes. You're adding human figures, mostly, occasional dog, to a scene, and this is a great one for that picture you want to capture of the grandkids at the beach. As much as possible, I try to create an in-person atmosphere in my classes and provide lots of support and encouragement. If you'd like to follow my fiber art journey, I'm on Facebook at Creating Fiber Art with Valerie Wilson, Fabric Faces group for portrait lovers, and on Instagram at Valerie Wilson 95. My name is Valerie Wilson. I'm a fiber artist and instructor. I really love when students have that aha moment where they really get it. That's the most exciting time for both them and for me, because it means that I've been able to teach them well. I really focus on my students and I help them to achieve the goals that they want to achieve with their projects. I'm hoping that I will have the opportunity to teach you in one of my future classes. Thank you for coming today.
Thank you, Valerie. Last, we will hear from Nanette Zeller.
Hi, I'm Nanette Zeller. I'm a mixed media textile artist from North Carolina. My artwork is nature-inspired, has a lot of thread painting, applique, and mixed media embellishments. Recently, you may have seen me on Quilting Arts TV, or you may have read one of my articles in the magazine. I started quilting about 20 years ago using traditional piecing techniques. Shortly afterwards, I began work as a technical editor for a major quilting book publishing company. Just imagine how much I learned by working on over 70 books with many different authors. Along my journey, I learned that being a perfectionist was an unattainable goal. So I embraced my comfort level and felt liberated finding my own artistic style. My countless years as a crafter, sewist, quilter, technical editor, and instructor has given me what I call my toolbox of ideas. I use these ideas in my own art and I share them when I teach. I encourage my students to experiment and play, create what they love, and find their own artistic style. I don't just want to show you how to, I want to inspire you to go further and embrace your inner artist. I am building a collection of textile-based art classes that are available on demand and open for individual enrollment. With these classes, you can watch them anytime that's convenient for you. I also offer virtual courses using video teleconferencing technology like Zoom. These courses are scheduled regularly throughout the year and allow us to interact in real time and share what we're doing. My online classes give each participant a front row seat with up-close detail view of my artwork and processes. I design my classes with a beginner in mind, but with enough tips and tricks to keep the more advanced textile artists inspired. To learn more about me and my classes, you can visit my website at NanetteSewsWithAZ.com. While you're there, check out my weekly blog where I share inspiration. And if you sign up for my newsletter, you'll be one of the first to know about my new classes and promotional pricing. If you're a creative person seeking self-development, let me help you gain confidence and empowerment. You could explore some new ideas and develop some new skills. I would love to be part of your creative journey.
Thank you, Nanette. Now it's time for some live Q&A from our teachers. Some of the first questions that we have, would one of our teachers like to explain what is an on-demand class? Hey teachers, wave your hand at me if you want to talk. Lisa.
Hi everyone. An on-demand class is a class that you can just sign up for whenever you want. It's there, it usually has permanent access, and it allows you to work at your own pace, and you can interact with the teacher quite often in Facebook groups or just by email. And they're really good fun because they're there forever, so you can refer back to them whenever you need to.
Thank you, Lisa. Anybody else want to add to that? I know there are different, usually an on-demand class means that, in addition to what Lisa said, that when you sign up, you get the whole class all at once and you can come to it at any time. Who among you teachers teaches a class that it's a little bit different format than that, but still something that individual quilters can sign up for? Anybody? Brandy, and then Valerie.
Yeah, I'm still doing all of my workshops live, but I'm picking dates and I have them for open enrollment. So it's a little different than on demand. I'm moving towards some on demand in the future. I can't wait to do that. But the live classes, they're just a little different. They're just me there and doing the same thing I would normally do on Zoom. But instead of with a guild, individual people can pick the date that's best for them and sign up.
Right, so they would probably go to your website to sign up for the individual classes and see what the dates are that those are offered.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. Valerie. You need to unmute yourself.
The Fabric Portraits class, Facial Expressions, is an 8-week-long course. Everybody's starting at the same time and going through the process. And we do a number of live sessions within that. So it's a little different kind of setup.
Great, thank you. There was a question, Valerie, that this is for you as well. Does anyone teach a class turning a picture into a quilt? I know you do, and yes, I do as well.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I also teach like landscapes and things like that.
Great. Susie and Mary.
The art on the iPad, if you want to learn how to make all kinds of alterations to drawings or quilts you've already made or children's drawings, there are a lot of apps that help you turn those designs into very strong graphic images that would be adaptable for a quilt with whatever techniques you already know. So I'm not teaching the quilting techniques, but I'm teaching the design techniques.
Thank you. Let's hear from Mary had something to say, then Deborah.
Yeah, Lyric, I was just going to respond to your question about taking a photograph and turning it into a quilt. And of course, I do that. My first 2 classes, the introductory ones, I give my students a pattern. So we start off nice and slow. And then the advanced classes, they take their own photograph and I teach them how to convert it into a finished art quilt.
Nice. Deborah.
Thank you. I find the on-demand classes fantastic if you have an iPad and you can have that right next to your sewing machine. And as I'm having all of my chapters in the on-demand class, you're learning a chapter of how to use the decorative stitches in satin stitches, for instance, you can learn from me, turn me off, pause, and then go onto the sewing machine and do it yourself. Then when you want to come and refresh, I wasn't quite sure about that. They're all in chapters, so it works really well for the student to learn really intensively.
Thank you, Deborah. There was several questions on the YouTube chat saying, is this recording going to be available later? And yes, it is. In fact, it will be a high quality, clean edit of all the teacher presentations and of this live thing. If you go to Global Quilt Connection.com, I might even get it up by tonight, but probably tomorrow morning. And click on this event link, you will see a recording of the whole thing. Sue, do you see any other questions that have happened on class? Does anybody teach something that's not like a regular workshop that students can sign up for? What about retreats? Do any of you? Rose? Oh, Rose, you had something really unique to offer. Let's listen to what you've got. You're on mute.
Not anymore. Sorry, I've got this big thing saying I'm spotlighted. My workshops, and I was trying to make it clear in my video, but it's a little bit difficult to understand sometimes. But you have to picture 10 people in a room with their sewing machines and their ironing boards and everything. And I'm trying to get everybody set up for their exact ergonomic, pain-free heights, all the positions they should use. Except now, instead of bringing all that stuff to, a church hall or something to do, you're actually going to be in your own sewing room. And there's like 10 people all in their own sewing rooms. And then we can start out and we can take all your measurements and we can look at, the best heights for you to set up. We can look at your lighting, and we're doing 10 people at once. And that's why the timing, I always say 2 hours, but I'm happy to go as long as possible. And what I found in my in-person workshop is that if someone was busy and had places to go or whatever, we just made sure she got done first and she could leave if she wanted. So it's all very loose that way, but it's definitely 2 hours long, and I'll stay as long as needed so everyone is perfectly happy, and then anyone can email me afterwards as well too. But it is a little bit it's a little bit different setup. So I'm never sure if my video is clear enough on that.
It's good. Thank you so much, Rose. You do have something that's pretty unique in the quilt world to offer. Carole, and then Brandy.
Hi, I do something a little different with my on-demand classes, which are the pre-recorded sessions. You can access them indefinitely for, day and night. But every 3 or 4 weeks, I also host a live Zoom session for all the students enrolled in the class. And usually I record that and post it in the on-demand classroom as well. In the live class, I will show them, recent samples that I've been making of the techniques in the class, and answer questions, help people get started, show different fabric combinations, general Q&A, and sometimes people who are in the class do a bit of show and tell. And so that's always fun.
Isn't it fun, the technology that we have to work this out? Okay, Brandy, tell us what you've got.
Thanks, Lyra. I do have that one little mini mystery workshop, and that one, although it is a workshop, it's really geared towards quilters who have never Zoomed before. So it's a 2-hour, very easy little fun thing that we're all doing together. I don't put everyone on mute. We're all allowed to talk through the whole thing, and we have a full half an hour in advance to troubleshoot, making sure you get on, where I actually phone people if they're Zooming for the first time. So I just really wanted to create something that's a fun, less stressful atmosphere so that people can try it for the first time.
Thank you. And I'll tell you all about my, I have a really special retreat coming up that's an individually led. So everybody there is going to be working on their own thing, but we really work together before the retreat to figure out precisely what you want to work on. And then throughout the week, you are with a wonderful cohort with lots of individual and group support as you really deepen your understanding of the visual language. There has been a question, there will be 3 more individual enrollment webinars. One is Thursday, and each of them have different teachers, different presentations, and then we're taking a break until February. But if you want to see the February teachers' websites now, as soon as they sign up, they're at the Global Quilt Connection website, globalquiltconnection.com. All right, I think we should do something really fun right now. Sue, you wanted to say something. Why don't you go first?
Yeah, so I just wanted to mention, because we've had a lot of questions and stuff come up on the YouTube live stream and in the chat. If you visit the Global Quilt Connection website and click on the students looking for teachers link, it will bring you to a place where you can download a printable, sortable Excel file that has all of the teachers' information, links to their websites, an email so you can contact them. And there's also an online directory of teachers where you can just click on their name and it will bring you right to their website. If you are a guild looking for someone who is offering lectures and workshops, there's also a section on the workshop for you as well. So visit the website and all that information is out there. And of course, if you have any questions, you can always email me. Okay, I'm done.
Thanks, Sue. Appreciate it. Lots of good behind the scenes stuff. And not so good behind the scenes stuff. We do not know what happened with the live stream link. Everybody was supposed to be automatically shunted over to the live stream if they couldn't get in to the Zoom link. And we were going to offer our door prizes just to the people who were here live. But instead, we had almost 1,000 people registered to watch this, and we are going to offer, we have used a random number generator, and we are going to offer live or my words are failing me today. We're going to offer door prizes drawn from all of the registrants. So I am just going to name them off. We will send you emails afterwards. We have free seats in courses, one by Susie Monday, one by Mary Powell, Lisa Walton, Nanette Zeller, and Maria. Were you going to do a class or a book?
A class is fine.
Class is fine. So each of these teachers has a free seat in one of their online workshops, and the winners of those drawn randomly, and we will contact you afterwards, are Cassandra Allen, Linda Vermette, June Bronfenbrenner, Joe Albert, Manuela D'Angelo, and Linda Morrow. Congratulations, and we will be contacting you afterwards. Yay, or, you know, hipster snapping thing going on. Teachers, is there any last things that you want to say to our viewers? All right, well, let's wave goodbye. Let's tell our quilters, you know, we do this because we love you. We teach and take time away from making our own quilts because you're amazing and it feeds us. It gives our souls energy to be able to work with you and to share with you and to watch you learn and grow. So welcome to our courses. Sign up. We look forward to seeing you and working with you. So goodbye, everybody. Stay safe, be well, and keep quilting. You can find recordings of previous Meet the Teacher webinars on this YouTube channel, as well as at globalquiltconnection.com. There you can also download information for all of the teachers with their email and website links. Thank you for watching. Sue Bleiweiss is the mastermind behind this webinar, and my name is Lyric Montgomery Kinard. Go ahead and subscribe to this channel, and you can see upcoming webinars as well. Thanks. Stay safe, be well, and keep quilting.